salty pecans. My gosh, I'm sweating. I'm so hot. I am so happy it's Friday. I literally come on here every single Friday just to be like, I'm so happy it's Friday. I'm so happy to be here. And I genuinely, 100% without a doubt, truly am so happy to be here. I'm so blessed to have such a wonderful community. My salty peeps, my fam, love you all. So happy Friday, y'all. You know, had to come and show y'all love. And like I mentioned last week, we're gonna do a little simple cocktail situation. And next week, I don't remember if I said the second week or like the third week, but I think I gave you both options of when I'll be making fancier mixes of spirits, right? Like houseplant cocktails. So I think most likely it's going to be not this coming Friday, but the Friday after that. So probably like the third Friday of Julio, which is July. So as you can see by the title, I'm going to be speaking just mainly on two topics. If you hear a lot of background noise, I don't know why there's like construction happening at 6:32 p.m. on a Friday, but some way somehow somebody wants to be a laborer at this time for some whatever reason. But as per usual, we are going to start with our cocktail and the cocktail mix of choice that I am craving is something that's a little fruity-ish mix. I have in this mason jar, I already put my leaf motif ice cubes. Hands are clean, so don't worry. And I'm doing a mix of spirits, which is going to include, hold on. I have a little bit of Taylor port and a little bit again of my favorite tequila, de Jose Cuervo Especial, Blue Agave. Yes, yes, yes. And I'm mixing it with orange peach mango dough. This is going to be the mixer of choice. And I'm going to sip and enjoy every single last one of the beverage with this cute AF Minnie Mouse straw that I got from my sorority sister, my friend's, her son's first birthday party that I went to last week, Saturday. So, no, the Sunday that I came back from Aruba, essentially, I got these out of like a little gift bag thing. So let's go ahead and do a little quick pour up. I'm going to just eyeball everything. I don't want anything like real spicy. So that's why I'm adding the Taylor port because I think it's just a mild liquor. So I'm going to do just a little bit of tequila just to give it a little extra taste of spirit. Okay. That's about like a little under a shot. Let's just do a little shot. All right. That's like enough of the Taylor port. Not Taylor port, the tequila. And I'm going to grab this big old thing of Taylor port. The reason I'm doing this mix, I'm feeling like a rum punch, right? Like a Bahama Mama, a rum punch, something within that fruity, islandy vibe is what I'm craving. Hi, CJ. Welcome. All right, I'm pouring the Taylor port. Just a splash of Taylor port. Pours the entire container. Oh, goodness. I'm so hot, y'all. Y'all really don't understand when I tell you I'm so hot. And this is going to be my little juicy juice. How are you on this first week of July? I can't believe it's the first week of July is already done. So this gives me like a rum punch sort of look. I didn't add OJ, but let's do that. Give it a little more of a juicier flavor. Okay. And to taste test, I'm going to use my Minnie Mouse straw. Hi, Miss Lady June. My skin, Mmm. 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 Yes. Mmm. 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 That's good. That's good. This is really good. Oh, cheers, salty peeps. Clink. Mm. So again, this is a mix of tequila, port wine, and fruit juice mix, which includes peach, pineapple, no, peach, orange, and mango. Mm. The drink looks good and it tastes even. Oh, this is so good. Mm. So Miss Lady June asked how my skin is doing. As you may or may not know, I went on vacation, got a nice little tan, came back. I came back and a week after I started to like peel. So you won't notice it now, but oh, you might be able. So basically, you see right here, it's kind of like darker here. So this has peeled, and here is still waiting to like, you know, peel as well. But a good chunk of like my shoulders have peeled. Like my chest didn't peel, but you can probably see like the tan lines and stuff like that. I have double tan lines, so here's here. So the tan line when it's exposed gets tanned, and then this when it gets exposed it gets tanned. So my tan lines get tanned also. Well, they got tanned. I'm so sweaty. I'm so hot. Okay. So it was my first week at the new job, and it was like training and all that jazz. And all that jazz. Um, it was an intense first week, honestly. So I guess like one thing with a lot of new jobs is because they want the obviously the new hirees to always come in with 100% to be on their A game. They kind of give you like information in an intimidation sort of manner. What I noticed, um, they kind of tell you things to like be scared, and it's like I've worked other jobs prior, so I know in any job and everything that you do, whether it's like posting on social media, whether it's a 9 to 5, whether it's a new group of friends, right? Anything that you engage in, anything that you put yourself in that realm, that's sphere, you're a little nervous, right? The unfamiliarity aspect of it makes you be unsure. You might not be as like confident as someone who is seasoned, who's a veteran, who's been there for 10 years, 15 years, 5 years, even 2 years, a year, 9 months, you know what I mean? So I understand that coming into this role, we don't know anything. We're in training for 20 weeks, right? And once we're done with training, it is going to be very like boom, 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 intense. So that I understand, but again, I don't really like the attempt at, I guess, like intimidating us, right? So one thing I can say is that I'm a sorority girl, right? I was in a sorority in my undergrad. So I've gone through literally the whole hazing, the whole like people trying to intimidate you, the whole people literally doing like attempt like assuming like they're like God above you, right? So I like I can deal with whatever I'm putting myself into, you know what I mean? But that's one of just like the main qualm I would say. And secondly, the next thing that I'm like about like the new job is traveling. I'm traveling about an hour now from home, which is a lot because my last job I probably got to work in maybe like 20, 25 minutes. I was at work, easy, light work. But now it's it's a long journey. It's even more money now for me to travel. So let's say in a day I would spend 275 to go from my house to the job, and then 275 from my job back home. Now I'm spending 275 to take the train, and then I have to take like a larger train, which is like $5. So overall, I'm paying like every day about like $16 to go and come home from work. So that went from an unlimited Metro card that I paid $127 for. So I have like one of these that aren't open yet. All right, so I pay 127. It used to come out of like my pre-tax money, right? So the Metro card got purchased before I even got my paychecks. So now it's like, you know, that much. But the great thing is once we are like registered in the system, they actually compensate your travel. So the 127, right, that I was spending, I'm no longer going to be spending it. But for the time being, since we're new, we don't have any like payroll thing like in the system yet. We don't have any like the transit sort of situations. So even though it's more money, it's more time, I'm getting compensated for it. So I actually end up not having to spend any money. And once things kind of just again, like I think maybe like within the next month, I won't be having to travel into work every day anymore. I will only have to go into work once a week, which is great. And I'll be working literally in the same position at this exact spot. This is where my new job essentially will be. I'll be working from home. So I'm a little nervous about that because I am a really social person, very social. I love actually having to like wake up and commute and be in an office environment and socialize with my cohorts, right? I have like a Petco order coming. So it says my dasher will be here in a couple of minutes to drop off my Petco order. So Petco, I guess, partners with like, I guess, DoorDash. I'll just show you the message since there's nothing like public, but it's like my order will be here soon. Um, yeah. Okay. Cute, 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 cute. So that's that. Next week, training officially starts. They put us into the system. We got like temporary ID cards. Some of us got the permanent ID cards. I haven't gotten my permanent ID card, so I'm still using my temporary ID card, which really doesn't matter because I get into the system. I get into the building, into the system, no problem. But when I get my new permanent like chip ID card, then I can like access like computers, and I'll be able to actually work remote. So until I have that like ID card, I won't be able to work remote yet because that's how I'll be able to like access my computer. Hi Deborah. Hi Vanessa. Ow. So that is a mini like update of how my first week of work went. Again, if you were here last Friday, I gave y'all the whole rundown of how I pretty much wouldn't even be here at this new job if it wasn't for this really kind individual who was able to like update my paperwork for me. And it was crazy. It was crazy. I was so grateful last week speaking to you all, right? Like telling y'all like I couldn't get this thing done. And then when I was telling y'all all that story last Friday, and now here I am telling y'all about my first week of this new job. And I'm really lucky, I'm really blessed, and I'm always very highly favored. So the sad thing in regards to my Hoya Rotundiflora, as you see maybe from the thumbnail photo, I have no idea what is happening to my Hoya Rotundiflora. No clue. So if any of my salty peeps, Vanessa, I know you are like Hoya Queen, right? If you can maybe chime in and give me some maybe tips of what potentially might be happening to my Rotundiflora. But I know that it I can't say it's over. Let me show you the plant before I go on a rampage. I think that's what it's called. So this is how my Rotundiflora is looking like. So this is obviously some sort of root rot situation, right? So the leaves are like starting to turn into like mush and like jello, right? So like this one is like, so it looks overwatered, right, Vanessa? But I haven't watered this plant in a couple of weeks. I haven't watered this plant in a couple of weeks. It lives under this like cloche situation. I I'm I'm going to have to again reroot this plant. So Vanessa says yes, it looks overwatered. Deborah says, girl, I was never able to keep a rotundiflora. It did the same, turn to mush. What seemed like overnight. Literally, I have a couple of like separate. Did not want that to happen. There's like dirt on my desk now. I have like separate plants. So after I end the video, I'm going to actually remove this whole thing from this pot and try to root everything. So here's one particular root, right? So this is 100% root rot. So if you ever see like the roots of your plant, they kind of look like hair strands, right? This is root rot. So you see like the thicker root, you can just grab your hand, right? And honestly, it's okay to sacrifice a root, right? You can grab your hand and just try to see if the outer layer, the outer covering of the root will come off, and it still leaves this like thin film. That is root rot. So I know most likely with plants, as like a plant parent, if you're seeing issues with the foliage, you have to look further down, unless it's like a pest issue, right? So for example, thrips is an example of a pest that shows wear on the foliage, and you don't really have to look in the roots because thrips actually live on top of the plant, on top of the leaves, and they suck out nutrients. Yeah, look, this is like bending. This you can't even, yeah, this is done for. So Vanessa did confirm with me. It definitely is root rot. I don't know how this plant got root rotted, but whatever. Whatever. Annoyed about that. I'm gonna try to save as much of this plant that as I can. But if I can't, then there's nothing I can do about it. We all just gotta move on. And thank God I have like other cuttings that I've rooted like in the past, so I'm not too pressed about. I am pressed actually about losing this entire plant, but we're not gonna jump to conclusions, okay? So I do have a package coming from my lovely Vanessa. I'm excited for it. So I'm so excited for that. But it has been like burning up in the States, right? Not only in the States, actually in the entire world. If you actually keep an eye out on the news, which I don't, but I noticed like on social media, and then when I went to visit my mom, we were watching the news and they confirmed it, that the last few days on record have been Earth's hottest days since they have been recording the temperature, right? So it's like consecutively, yesterday was 3 consecutive days of Earth's like overall. So it's not just the US, it's not just like Australia, it's not just UK, it's not just Caribbean, it's literally Earth encompassed as a whole, Antarctica, North Pole, like equator, everything under the sun. Hottest day in consecutive of 3 years, which is insane to me. I don't know how, but here we are, and it's so hot. And I also have to somehow, before I start working this gig, I'm going to have to invest in like a floor air conditioner, right? You know those floor air conditioners, the ones that you have to use the big the vent to like vent it out. I'm gonna have to get a floor air conditioner because I don't want like window one to, because I keep my plants at the window, so I don't want to have to like bulk up the window and take up precious plant space. Honestly, that's like, what is it, like plant real estate? I can't afford plant real estate for air conditioner, so I'm gonna have to use one of the floor ones, the portable air conditioners for in here for when I'm working, because it just started getting hot. It's only July, and July isn't like the hottest month of the year, at least for us in New York. August and September kind of are like the peak heat months. So I know it's only gonna get hotter. It's only gonna like get more boiling, and I have to be able to work comfortably, or else I'm gonna be having to travel like hour plus into the office, which I'm not trying to do. Let me read some of the comments. Deborah said, hydrogen peroxide, what you think you can save? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna do that. I don't even think I have hydrogen peroxide, but I can go to the store maybe tomorrow and see if I can like pick one up. Vanessa says, that looks like my multiflora. It was in a 6-inch pot with the long for the longest time but didn't grow. I decided to take it out of the pot and there was barely any roots. Put it in a smaller pot, fingers crossed. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to also place that one in a smaller pot because I rerouted that plant once already. So it was living in that pot for a couple of years. I don't know what happened. Started to decline. I was rerouting it in perlite for over a year. Was doing so great in the perlite. Earlier this year, I decided to transplant it and transfer it back into soil. And like the last couple of months, and now here we are. We're looking at mush, and I'm really not happy about that. So we're gonna try to like preserve that as much as we can, and I am gonna have to transfer it into a smaller pot. That terracotta pot is way too large for it. Again, it's not overwatering because I haven't watered that plant in a hot minute. The soil is moist, but because I keep it under the clothes, I know it has like that humid environment that I thought would be good for it, but I guess it's really not enjoying it all of a sudden. Super disappointed about that, but I'm just looking at my Hoyas. If you're like, what is she looking at? I'm just looking at like my Hoyas right now. And yeah. Oh my gosh. I never shared this with y'all. I started growing peppers. Let me just read the comments before I get up and go grab my peppers and come back to show y'all. Deborah says the earth is legit on fire. Fires and consecutive above average temperatures are the new normal for summer. Yep. It was hot here last few days. Friends came to chill literally. No AC at her spot. She overheated. Wow, that is terrifying. You're right. Deborah says check on your elderly peoples for sure and the chronically ill. No, you're 100% right. But yeah, I started growing peppers and I really want to get into growing more edible plants, right? So I have a lot of my entire collection are not edible, right? The only thing that I grow that's edible is my African thyme. It's like a oregano variety, right? But me and my friend, we went to Home Depot a couple of weeks ago and we picked up some pepper plants and I have mine living on my fire escape. One of them like died while I was in Aruba, but the other containers are doing like decent. So let me bring them in here so I could bring them right back because they live on my fire escape, and outdoor plants with all of these indoor things. I'm not trying to like do that. So give me 1 second. Y'all want me to do like I did last time? All right, can y'all see me? Okay. Don't get outside. Okay. Ah! Ooh. These are some neglected pepper plants. So I'm growing like a variety. This was supposed to be the sriracha pepper, but my sriracha pepper burned and dried up. The wind knocked it over, so when I came back, it was like this. So it got no water at all, so it dried up. I have a mix of Hungarian wax peppers in this container, and it also allegedly is supposed to have some hot red cherries. I have to transplant these into something larger, and this one is also a jalapeno. So this is a jalapeno plant. So I have allegedly 3 varieties right now. So we'll see what they do. We'll see what they do. So Deb, just again, I'm doing the hot red cherry pepper, the jalapeno, the Hungarian hot wax, and I was supposed to be growing a sriracha, but the sriracha is with the other, in plant heaven. So we will see. I actually really wanted to make like pepper sauce, right? So Haitians, Caribbeans, Asians love heat. Um, I wanted to make like my own little pepper. In Haiti, we make it's like a pickled pepper thing called pickles. So we use Scotch bonnet, cabbage, carrots. Some people add onion. Other people like to add like bell peppers. You slice it thinly and then you let it marinate in a brine. And that brine is made with sour oranges, right? So we call it zoansu. It's sour oranges. So you would use the juice of the sour orange to actually pickle the pepper and the cabbage and the other vegetables. And you get this like slaw that's spicy, this juice that's just so peppery, and you eat pickles with everything you eat. So we have a very diverse meat and like seafood sort of like dietary consumption, right? Like that's what we eat. So you put pickles on everything. Pickles adds flavor to every single thing. So your food already is bomb. The food is already bomb, but the pickles just like way better than you could even think. Like hot sauce. Hot sauce, who never heard of her? Like she doesn't exist. So let me put this back out while avoiding any flies trying to come in here. Miss Grip Grip. Real grip. Okay. All right, we did it. We did it, y'all. All right. So you see, I have cat litter. I have a order of cat litter coming in. Should be here. Like in the next like 20 minutes. The order should be here. They're just gonna drop it downstairs, and I just have to go get it. I paid. Like I gave them like the tip already, so I don't even have to interact with them. Also, uh, Vanessa. Yeah, Vanessa. All right, girl, we can talk about it. So if you don't have access to the sour orange, right? Because it's actually not like a common like fruit thing. You know how every culture has like a cultural thing for their culture, but when you live in the States, it might be harder to find it. unless you go to the areas that are like populated by that. So if you're like thinking of like Asian food, right? In New York, you would most likely go to like Chinatown, right? If you're looking for like, let's say more specifically, like Chinese like ingredients, right? You or like Chinese dishes. If you want something more authentic, you would go to like that area. If you're like, oh, I want some like Polish kielbasa, right? In New York, the area is like Greenpoint, so you will go to like Greenpoint, Brooklyn, right? If you want things that are like Caribbean, Haitian, Jamaican, right? You in like New York, you would probably go to more like the Flatbush area or like Little Caribbean or like Little Haiti. So like stuff like that. If you're thinking of like, oh, I actually want Russian stuff, you go to like Brighton Beach. So in New York, there's like, different areas for more different things. And if your culture, you're looking for a dish or you're looking for ingredients more specific to your culture, then you have to like check those areas out for what you want. Looking for like sour oranges, like in New York, because I can only talk about New York, then you would have to go to like the more Caribbean, more like Little Haiti, um, to get what you need. I got a text from the the dash people for my order is approaching. Okay. So yeah, so if you don't have access to the sour orange, I'm sorry, my mind just got distracted. You can actually use vinegar, right? Like just use the vinegar to pickle it. It gives similar results, but more authentic is if you use the sour orange. So you cut it. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Let me show you what a pickles looks like. Okay, so this is one of the older ones that I have. Okay, I made this like last year and it's shelf stable. I don't have to put this in the fridge because when it's like vinegar, right? So it's stable. I don't have to worry about this rotting. I don't have to worry about this spoiling. I don't have to worry about this molding, right? So there's like carrots, there's like the pepper bits. You can see all the seeds here. So how I do it to keep it fresh is like I'll pour out this whole thing, right? And I'll add the brand new unpickled cabbage, the flavorless vegetables at the bottom. Then I would pour everything I just poured out back here, right? So the older ones are on top while the younger, newer ones are at the bottom and they're able to like pickle and brine. And as I'm using the older one up top, I'm getting like the mix. So this is what a pickles looks like. Really bomb. Um, Let me go bust him in. Let me go bust him in. All right, saucy pecans. I think he's in the delivery man. My bad. So, all right, let me just read the comments. All right. I got you, Vanessa. Air quality. Yeah. Felix says the air quality was horrible last week here in Chicago due to the wildfire. That wildfire, it's insane just how air travels, right? But that wildfire got to us also here in New York again. Did y'all hear about that yesterday about that ship fire in Newark, New Jersey? There was like a shipping container that had like cars and one of the cars like got on fire. It was I think on the 10th level of the container ship and it killed from last time I checked it killed 2 firefighters, right? So apparently it took 2 hours to find the first firefighter who got caught in between cars, and then another 2 hours after that to find the second firefighter who got caught in the flames. So rest in peace to them. And I'm like, it's so tough. Like everything is just really hard out here. Deborah says one of my besties is Puerto Rican. All right. Okay. The dasher has left my order in a safe location. Tap to see the location. Oh, they left my order at my door. Let me get the order in front of my door, guys. It's 7:07. Give me till like 7:08 and a half. So pull 80 pounds of cat litter. Nobody asked, but this is the cat litter that I use for the girls. Not sponsored. Dr. Elsie Ultra cat litter. That's the one I use for the girls. Ugh. With 2 cats, you know. Oh my gosh. Hi, Ruth. How are you? Welcome. It's nice seeing your beautiful, gorgeous face. How are you all? Oh my gosh. I'm so happy everyone's in here. Felix is in here. CJ, Vanessa, Deborah, Ruth. What? Miss Lady June? What? I love you all. Y'all make me so happy. I feel so loved. Y'all are super even more loved. And I'm sweating. I don't know what I'm gonna have for dinner. I'm craving sushi, but I'm also like, do I want to travel to Little Russia? Literally, this is where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to Little Russia to pick up some sushi because that area they have a really good like restaurant. Um, they have a really good restaurant that sells really good quality sushi. So I don't mind traveling. There's like a couple like Japanese spots near me where I'm like, I would not eat that if like somebody paid me, but I gotta go to where I go to get the good thing. So I'm craving sushi, something light. I don't want like nothing like heavy, you know, greasy. I want something that's light, simple, clean, and healthy. And I think like sushi is the bet. And I want to get some miso soup in this heat too. A bacon cheeseburger. Hold the bun. Ooh. Did you have it wrapped in like lechuga? Had it wrapped in some lettuce. Yay! I got my order. So it is 7:10. I've been on here for 39 minutes. If you are still here, Salty Peeps, please give this video a little thumbs up for me. I would really appreciate it. Appreciate the engagement. I love you all. Spicy tuna. Spicy tuna is good. So for me, for sushi, if I said for sushi, I kind of like a shrimp tempura. I like a spicy tuna, spicy salmon, and I also like just like a salmon roll. I think that one is pretty good. Actually, like raw tuna. I'm not a fan of raw tuna. It kind of has a very intense that I'm not crazy about. So spicy tuna is good. It's like, up and like mushed up with heat. The heatness is little heat as in like scald level, not like heat level, just like the spiciness. Really good. I don't like just like a tuna sashimi, or I don't like tuna rolls. I like tuna fish, canned tuna. Tuna's pretty good, but yeah. Oh, I guess. Oh, let me tell you about my coworkers. I like everyone. It's 11 of us in the unit that I'm in right now. There's 11 of us total, and everyone has their own different personalities. You know, there's the more meek ones. There is the more like right, but and then there's like me, who's just like I'm like mad chill, mad mellow. You know, like mad easygoing. So made friends with a lot of them. Like I already been making coffee for one of my girls. Like she's mad dope. I'm like, you want me to make you coffee tomorrow? She was just like, okay. I was just like, all right. So I have disposable coffee cups. So I made her some coffee because the day before I knew she was like going through some mess in her life. I've only known her for a week, but we're already talking about like each other's lives and stuff like that. So I'm like, let me go ahead and treat her to some little cuteness. Ruth, let me check if the audio on my end is okay. It shouldn't be going weird for you. Let me see. Let me see. No, on my end, it sounds good, Ruth. Yeah. Mm. Hmm. Maybe restart the video, like exit out and then come back in. Maybe it'll like stop the lag. But I'm actually going to head out. My salty pecans. It's 7:13 now. I'll leave it in like 3-ish minutes, at like 45 minutes. Um, no, it's like the audio's dragging. Right. So tomorrow I'm going out with a new friend. So we'll see how that goes. And this weekend I'm gonna try to like get my life together. I still haven't unpacked from Aruba. Literally, my suitcase is at the front door. I have not. The only thing I took out of my suitcase from Aruba, believe it or not, is like my toiletries bag, because I checked in my bag, so I took just like full size products of everything. So I needed everything that I um everything that I what am I trying to say? Everything that I use, I had to like bring it back so I could, use it again. So that's the only things I took out of my suitcase, and of course souvenirs. I took those out, but I had no energy this week to do anything. Coming from a great vacation to dealing with the delays at the airport, and then dealing with the nonsense with border patrol, and then coming in to having to deal with the potential of me not actually having a job that I was given the offer to, that I was advised to give my 2-week notice to the current job at the time. So last week was really, really tough for me. Honestly, it was like extremely draining, extremely draining. Um, but we made it. We did it. We made it, and we're here. We're at the new job. I was telling my mom, like, I can't believe I'm already at a new job right now. But um, I'm not gonna promise y'all anything that I know I can't commit to. I've been talking about making this like plant collection tour video for the last 7 months now, and I still haven't done it. And I highly doubt I'm gonna be doing it this tomorrow. I have to reformat my memory cards. I don't even have space in my memory cards for that either. So, with that being said, salty pecans, I love you all so much. Thank you for joining me tonight on yet another chaotic HauzPlant and cocktails Friday night vlog. I said vlog. Friday night live. This bomb AF mixer is so good. If you can get your hands on like a little Taylor port, a little tequila, and honestly just go to your grocery store and pick up this mix, right? This is so good. This is so good. This is so good. This is delicious. And I have my little Minnie Mouse straw. Yo, I know I said I want to go, but before I leave, can I tell y'all? Here's a little real life into my life thing, right? Ruth, it's so good. Oops, wrong one. It's so good. So good. No one can hear me. That's so weird. Really quickly before I leave. So I have a neighbor, right, who lives in the same complex that I live in. And we've seen each other like a few times. I'm not even gonna tell the story. I'm not even gonna tell the story. I'm not even gonna tell the story. Never mind. I'm not gonna tell the story. I'm not gonna tell the story. I'm not gonna tell the story. No, it's too much. Y'all, people just know people are fucked up. People are so messed up. Like, I'm gonna just keep the story private for him. Like, why are you approaching me when you have what? I had to literally like tell this guy like honestly like please stop, please just stop, because you're, I'm not even gonna say it. People are crazy and people lack loyalty. People lack loyalty, and it's disgusting, and it's so sad. It's so like, what the heck is wrong with you? What is wrong? Oh, it's insane. But I'm gonna just I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay, I'm gonna yeah. No, Miss Lady June, he is not single. He is definitely not. What is wrong with you? Oh my! I'm like, dude, we live in the same building. Like, what the heck are you trying to do? Like, no, stop. He definitely wants a side chick. Definitely wants a side chick. And people are crazy. And men like that, they get women who lack confidence. Men like that, they get women who lack confidence. They get women who want to be in a relationship. They get hopeless romantics, right? They get people who love, people, I'm not going to say desperate, but people who are naive, people who are gullible, right? And I'm like, I'm like, yes, Miss Lady June, I deserve better than that. I deserve more than that. And and people like try to make you feel guilty, like, oh, you're hurting my like. I could give two fucks about like hurting your feelings, bro. Like, I really don't give a damn about hurting your feelings at all. You're married. Like, are you sick in your head? Like, you have problems? Like, I've and then to come to find out who his wife is, I'm like, I've known your wife, not like friendship wise, but like in passing for years now. You like recently got with her, let's say like within the last like 5 years, right? I've known his wife in passing in this building for like more than 5 years now, right? Um, but the way he was like trying to say like, oh, I'm only like with her for papers, um, like I don't love her, and it's like you're married, bro. Like I don't care if you're in this marriage for papers, but for her, right? She's loyal to you. She is assuming that you are loving her, you're loyal to her, you're she's loyal to you, and they also have a kid. And I'm like, dude, you're a fucking pig, bro. Like, I'm not gonna say that to him because I don't even want to exert all that energy. I'm just sharing with you all, right? Oh, I guess I'm just so annoyed that I'm like cracking this. But be careful. People are really trifling. People are really trifling, you know? And like people he tried to like make me feel guilty, like, oh, like I was honest with you. I'm like, dude, I don't care if you're honest with me. Like, I would find out we live in the same building. Like, I already knew what was going on because I live on a higher floor, right? So I know believe it or not, I actually know everyone who lives in every single apartment in my building. I've been in this building for like over a decade, right? I know everyone who lives in this apartment building. I know who comes in, who comes out. I know who moved into X apartment, who moved into Y apartment, right? Ladies and gentlemen, be careful. People are trifling and people are going to try to guilt trip you. People are going to try to make you see their actions as good. Like, no, bro. Like, oh, congratulations for being a decent human and telling me that you're married. I would have found out anyways. So, yeah, yes, Miss Lady Ju says, devil is always busy when your blessings are on the way. Hold on, wait, amen to that. Amen to that. I'm not about to get like tied up in some bullshit. Such a turn off. Like such a turn like that alone turned me off. Like, so you're trying to like do sneaky ish with me, right? So then you want me to like trust you and have faith in you just for you in turn in a couple of months, in a couple of years to do the same thing to me. How you get them is how you lose them. I 100% like believe that. Like, nah, bro, I don't want that. Like, ain't no problem. Like, that's that. I don't want that with him. I don't want that with him. Like, I just don't want that with him. And I know your wife. We live in the same building. You're not doing me a favor by being honest with me. You're not even being honest with me. Like, I had to be like, which floor do you live on? Like, yeah, okay. Yeah. And he was just like, oh, you hurt my heart so much. Like, I have so much feelings for you. Like, I can't. Like, please block me. Please block me. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like, grow up. And he is older than me too. So yeah, like, bro, I don't like I don't want none of that. I don't want no baby mama drama. I don't want no wife drama. I don't want no I live in this building drama. I don't want no safety drama. Like, go get your pleasure from somebody else. It's not gonna be me, okay? You're not about to use me as your little escape. We're not doing that. So, my lovely salty pecans, thank you so much for watching and joining me tonight. I know I went on a ramble and spoke about a couple different things, but the skin is healing good from the tan, from vacation, the job. They're trying to intimidate us, but we know, at least I know that, once I get more time at the job, you know, get more accustomed to the routine, you know, it'll just come easier. My Rotundiflora, I gotta chop and prop that. I'm gonna deal with that maybe tomorrow even. I don't even know if I want to even deal with this plant tonight because I have to head to the store. And my trifling neighbor, trifling, no sir. Enjoy and peace and good riddance, okay? So with that being said, if you're still watching Salty Peeps, please give this video a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up. I love you all. And I will see you on the next one, next Friday Night Live. Let's get going. Bye. And again, make this mix. Taylor port wine, tequila, orange mango, peach, dough, drink mix. And the mini straw does enhance the flavor, but it's not necessary. It's optional for a mini straw. I love you all. Let's get growing.